We'll get rocking and rolling. YouTube, what's going on? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. As always, we got TikTok right here, my favorite people. But 0 reviews. I'm not even FBA eligible. Still being checked in. I have like 2 competitors. Oh, okay, then we're talking something different. Don't run ads till you get reviews, but you could run ads like product targeting, some conquest campaigns against your competitors. Try to get within the top 5. But yeah, considering there's 2 competitors, check the search volume of the keywords that you're going to be bidding on as well. Because if it's like 100 search volume, then there's really not that much demand. Nagi, thank you. Unless you're part of like a bigger niche. Nagi, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the live vibe and asking questions. Private label, yes, sir, or ma'am. All the numbers y'all see on my account. 90% of my videos that I'm talking about, 99% of the videos that I'm talking about Amazon is about private label. I see competitors getting 100 sales a month. Okay, in that case, then yeah, I'd be running PPC. Get those reviews up though. Your conversion is not going to be good with 0 reviews. So you're going to want to bump that up for sure. I personally wait to get 10 to 15 reviews before running PPC ads on Amazon. But yo, I just posted some gym videos on a what up Jag in the YT live. I'm doing good, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We'll talk about that in a sec. What's your favorite upcoming category? I'm not really looking at upcoming categories. I'm looking at existing categories that have been around. You find new subcategories coming out, but you don't really find new categories coming out. Categories being home and kitchen, office products, baby products. Those have been around for quite some time. So I'm sticking to those. There's sub niches, of course, that are popping up every year, potentially monthly. Real quick, we're gonna go back to the YT chat, the TikTok chat. But my guy Jag in the YT chat, Jag, they're not even gonna believe me when I say this. So you got to come comment this on TikTok, dog. But my guy Jag says made some incremental. This is one of my mentorship students. Made some incremental changes in PPC based on the call yesterday and had my highest sales day, 21 plus units and $700+ day. Let's go, Jag. God bless you, brother. That's what happens when hard work meets God's plan. You're on the path. You were putting in the work. You were making those optimizations to your product. You didn't just have, to tell all of you guys, when Jag launched his product, it didn't go whoo, right? It was like, right? And he had to kind of figure out some things. Optimize the listing, push for more reviews, dial in his PPC ads, and then it went boop, boop. And then now he's on the path, the upwards trajectory. So absolutely crushing it. Oopsies. Sorry, I'm using my coffee cup to balance my phone. Serious question. I'm talking to manufacturer and they said the product I want has a patent. I would double check that, but patent's not something that you want to mess around with, my friend, because then you order the product, there's a patent, you can't sell the product, and you're sitting on thousands of dollars of inventory. If you do sell the product now, you get sued. Or if you continue to sell it. So no, I would steer clear. Gonna definitely get reviews. I'm gonna hypothetically have friends and family buy reviews. That's the way to do that. Allegedly, that's the way to do it. I'm not necessarily condoning y'all getting friends and family reviews. I'm not saying that I do it, but that is a good play, allegedly. Sean, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. They recommended a similar product. Is this common? There's other sellers selling the product. So two things. Manufacturers will let you know if there's a patent, but maybe they are also making it up. In most cases, I would say 90% of the time when a manufacturer tells me that there's a patent, they are not trying to lie to me and they're just trying to save me from losing money. So if it's a design patent and they're offering you a different type of design, then yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. But you could always verify. What software do you use to find out keyword search volume? You can use Helium 10 or Jungle Scout A. It would be the magnet tool for Helium 10, and it would be Keyword Scout for Jungle Scout. Do you recommend starting with private label or general products? Private label, if that's the business model you want to end with. I tell people start with the business model you want to end with. Is FBA head in 2025 for a beginner? Funny enough, I just posted I just recorded a YT video app with the little red play button titled, is Amazon FBA still worth it in 2025? I'll give you guys the little spoiler alert to that video. Yes, it is. Is Amazon FBA for everyone in 2025? No. Is it still worth it? Yes, because for all the people who say, and I'm not saying you, your username's just a period, but I'm not saying you, this is me speaking generally. For all the people who say Amazon is deceased, it's not going to work, it's saturated, blah, 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 there's going to be an equal amount of sellers who start selling on Amazon this year, 2025, and will succeed. In fact, I started a brand new account, brand new product this year, 2025, just went live this couple days ago, and I'm going to be documenting that entire journey for all of you to see whether it is still possible or not. Rashid, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Oh, I love this question. I'll get to it in a sec, James. I saw it pop up. Let's get to the rest here. What are the best I don't even know what you're talking about, NG, but thank you for the follow. Amidubs, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Is clothing such as sportswear a good idea in your opinion? No, I used to own a clothing brand, not even close. It's just a mess. One of my buddies owned 2 clothing brands, now only owns 1. He sold one of them and he's looking to sell the other one because he's just like, even him, and they're very, very successful clothing brands. It's just not, I'm not saying it can't work, but it's just not ideal unless you're coming out with something like legit. You're going to go click copy paste what everyone else is doing. They're going to have better cost of goods. They're probably going to have better marketing. Maybe you get a viral video that hits. I'm not saying it to deteriorate or deter you from business. I just don't personally think it's a good model. Did school help you get where you are today? I don't do any of that, NG. So did school help you get where you are today? Great question. Not even a little bit. In high school, I can tell you more stories of how I tried to ditch school than stories of things that I learned in high school. I remember, quick story. I remember one time, as I usually did, I was like, hey, let's ditch school. It was me, the homie, and the homegirl. And they told me to go down to the agriculture department. It's like up campus and it's where there's less security. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go, walk up, one of the teachers pulls up, I get in trouble. He's like, let's go, takes me to the office. I'm sitting in the vice principal's office, or in the office outside of the vice principal's office. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? This guy's taking forever. I'm already going to be in trouble. I already going to get in trouble ditching. Why not just actually ditch and then we'll deal with the consequences when I get back? So I call the homegirl. I'm like, yo, are you still by the campus? She's like, yeah. I'm like, awesome. Come outside of the school. So I literally walk out the front of the school, leave, come back onto campus. One of the security guards pulls up. He's like, yo, vice principal wants to see you. So he drives me down in the little golf cart. I sit in the vice principal's office and he pulls up. He's like, man, I'm so happy that you didn't wait and you went to lunch. He thought that I was on campus, just went to lunch. He's like, I'm so glad that you just went to lunch because I got caught up in meetings. Anyways, I spent more time trying to ditch school, man. It didn't help me much at all. Maybe critical thinking skills, but I didn't really even learn much critical thinking in school. So when did you start? I started in 2019. I have some cool ideas on clothing brand with cool brand names. However, thank you for the advice. I'll avoid it. Nice. Take those ideas and use it for another business. That would be my advice. I'm not trying to deter you or be the guy. Like, I'm not even trying to be the naysayer, because maybe it's one of those ideas, bro. So don't even listen to some dude on the internet. Maybe one of those ideas is you're going to go on to create a company bigger than Gymshark. But you guys have to realize, like, okay, let's say you want to create an athleisure brand, right? You start it, and you go hit up a manufacturer who has all these stock designs. All right, well, those stock designs were probably already launched from Gymshark, Lululemon, Alpha, Elite. So you're playing catch up to these big brands that have a higher following, better marketing, higher budget, better cost of goods, and all these different things. Now, unless you were going to create a clothing brand where every single one of your designs was designed with a tech pack, like if you were doing a sports bra, it's a sports bra that hasn't been on the market, you're unique, you have really good marketing, then it'd be like, okay, maybe you truly do have an idea that I'm not thinking. But like, creating a clothing brand, getting stock products from a manufacturer, you're always playing catch up. That's a losing game, in my opinion. You're really banking on the fact of like virality. If I can go viral, maybe this is successful, but even that virality is fleeting because the views will at some point stop. So it's also not necessarily repeatable. Was that high school or college? No, bro. College, they don't care if you show up or not. They'll just take your money. That was high school. I didn't go to college. Did not go to college. Almost did. And then almost went to LA recording school. To spend 70 G's. How much have you made with FBA? Approximately millions. Dude, experience, knowledge. Appreciate that, bro. Again, I don't want to deter you. I don't want to anything like that. Yes, very hard to add a value. Where's your fulfillment located? I don't need a warehouse. I don't need offices or anything like that. Amazon stores, picks, packs, and ships my inventory directly to the customer, and I don't get to choose the warehouse. They distribute it amongst their fulfillment centers in the United States. Religious type brand, plus I'm a beginner. Appreciate your knowledge. Then again, it comes down to value, because then you have to think all the companies who are also, have put a nice little verse on it, or with, Christian, Muslim, whatever the religion, right? How many other brands are you going to be following? Or are you going to truly be unique? Now, if you're truly unique, you're adding value into the market, and you're just undeniable. Gymshark was undeniable. Lululemon was undeniable. Nike was undeniable. So unless you can bring that kind of aspect into the market, then I don't think it's ideal. What was the hardest thing you had to overcome when you first started? Getting started. Not even kidding. Not trying to be cute. Not trying to be foo-foo la-la motivational or anything like that. I had a lot of resistance wanting to get started. Like, even this is why, like, I understand everybody's resistance who like is interested in starting and doesn't take the action to actually get it. Because even me, with my cousins who I would go work for every single day, who were like, yo, we'll help you, we'll help you, we'll help you. You have us, we're right there in your corner. It wasn't like this thing of like, okay, I'm going to do it. It was weeks and weeks and weeks until I actually decided that I was going to start selling on Amazon. So I think that was the biggest hurdle. Everything else is just business, right? Maybe you struggle with product research a little bit. Maybe you have an issue with a manufacturer. That's just all business. I think the hardest things that you have to overcome, honestly. Oh, okay. I'm going to pinpoint it to one word. That was like a long story. Pinpoint it to one word. The hardest thing that you have to overcome in business is yourself. Yourself stopping you from starting, yourself getting in your own head. Oh no, is this going to be successful? Putting in minimal amount of work and thinking that's going to be enough. We are our own worst enemies at the end of the day, myself included. So yeah. So your manufacturer ships the products to Amazon, correct, Israel? Do you invest any of your money? If so, what? Yes, I do. Real estate, and I don't like talking about it because it's the second thing, because it's what all the scam accounts who pretend to be me try to get you all to send them. But I'm a pretty big crypto guy. You'll never hear me talk about it in a video. I hardly talk about it in lives because, again, all the fake accounts who pretend to be me are going to hit you guys up trying to say crypto this, crypto that. So otherwise, I would talk about it on social media because, yeah. Anyways, did you run into a lot of IP complaints? No. I also do private label, so it's not as common with that business model. I understand it depends on many factors. What is the failure rate? What if no sales? I'll tell you this, Ward. I've literally never launched a product on Amazon that got 0 sales. So that's a positive there. Now, I've had failed products. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make it out to be this perfect, no resistance thing. But what if no sales? Let's instead of saying what if no sales, how about let's say what if you fail? Okay, then you fail and you try again. Like, that's kind of the beauty of business, guys. Like, as long as you still have your health, your family's health, your capability to work, like, you're not drowning. You didn't go away forever. It is, especially if you make calculated risks. In fact, I'd say 90% of the products that I've failed on Amazon, I didn't even lose all the money. You can make back some of the money. Maybe you might even. But again, so what if it fails? You start again. What if you swing a bat? What if you go and play softball and you swing a bat and you miss? Are you not going to play? Are you not going to swing again, or are you going to go back on your next turn and take a swing? I think business is a great representation of that. One more thing that I want to mention. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek into a video that I made / a video that I watched. I'm a big YouTube guy. So I won't, anyways, we won't go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, big YT guy. I like watching YT videos. Also helps fuel the juices for my content and stuff. But I watched this series, such a G series. It's brand new. This dude travels. His goal was to travel to every single continent, all 7 continents, with $0. And so I was like, yo, this is intriguing. Let's see if this kid can actually do it. So I'm watching through the videos, and something that he says that, like, even to right now, I'm sitting here talking to all of you about it. Like, I absolutely love this. He's like, first off, everybody told me that it would be impossible to do this, that I was going to fail, that logistically, like, how am I going to make this successful? And then the other thing that he said was, if I had tried to figure out how I was going to get to each one of these continents with $0, I would have never started. Like, logistically, if he were to map it all out, right? I'm going to take the map out, and I'm going to have my action steps. Okay, step 1, I'm going to do this, and step 2, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to ask this specific person for a ride, and then this person's going to give me a ride to this place, and then this person will be there. Like, you just can't map that out. It's impossible. I think it's a great representation of business. Like, you're not going to have a perfect plan. You're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to have it figured out. You might fail. This guy, again, he hasn't finished the series. I'm assuming if he's posting it that he's going to complete it, but maybe I'm wrong. Again, I don't know yet. But just like this guy, he could have embarked on this journey and failed. In fact, in one of the videos that I was watching, he almost did. They were running to their last few dollars. But does that mean that you don't try? Does that mean that you don't get up and go strive for your goals? It's a scary thing. I'm sure it was very scary. I mean, listen, I feel like I take some risks. I feel like I also live too cushy of a life nowadays for me to try something like that. Going and traveling to 7 continents with $0. But I want to, again, bring it back to business. You might fail. That's just the reality of life. But the thought or the potential of failing should not stop you guys from not trying. It's kind of like this. Which insert your favorite sport. I'm going to use the easy one here. It's not even my favorite sport, but football, or if you like soccer or baseball or whatever. If it's the World Cup or the Super Bowl or the World Series or the championship fight, whatever it may be, if the opposing team fears losing, you think they would just go out there and not play the match? No, they're going to go give it their all. And again, great representation for your business. Moy, get on a call with my team to learn more about the program, brother. Do you claim tax back on expenses so you don't have to pay tax on example Amazon fees? Number one, I am not a financial advisor or certified CPA. That being said, all tax related things or ways to navigate the tax world, you guys should speak to a CPA about. Also, that being said, yes. How do I get started? I'm 22. Step one, create an Amazon seller account. Step two, get a product research software and find a product to sell. I'm doing a series, a full A through Z masterclass free course on TikTok. It's my last 10 videos. We've posted 5 of the 7 videos in the series so far. You guys, and there's a tab on my profile. Anyone who's sitting here wondering, how do I get started? One of the videos is 6 minutes, one's 7 minutes, one's 5 minutes, one's 3. If you truly want to know, walk through that series. Faza, thank you so much for the follow. Do you think that's what he's going up? The hesitation is because I just don't know if I want to talk about. To keep it simple, yes. I shouldn't have answered that. It doesn't. Number one, it does not matter what I think, because I may think that tomorrow is going to be sunny, but I didn't check the weather. Maybe it's going to be raining tomorrow. Who knows? I literally don't know. My opinion on a given thing does not make it a reality of life, right? I can only have my opinion, but I don't. Yeah. Anyways, we'll just leave it at that. How much initial and how do I get started? I'd say at least 3K USD. Personally, business, real estate, and crypto. Nice. I like that. Abdul, if you get any questions that y'all have about the mentorship program, guys, go apply for the program on the mentorship site in the TikTok bio. Hop on a call with my team. You guys will know if you qualify for the program if you are able to book a call with my team. If you aren't able to book a call with the team after you fill out the application, then you didn't qualify for the program. What's the series called? I'm curious. Literally just go onto my TikTok profile and it's right there in a tab. AMZ course A through Z or something like that. It's the last video I posted. You always fail unless you try. 100%. And you want me to add something to that, brother? I love that. Even when you try, you're still going to fail. I won't even consider failure. I don't like to think of it as failure unless you just absolutely quit, give up, done. But yeah, even if you try, you will have obstacles, you will have mistakes, you will have adversity, but that's the beauty of business, y'all. I would take all of the fires that I have to put out in my business, all of the headaches that are in business, all of the stress that comes with business. I mean, you guys have to think, if you work 9-to-5 job, like I used to, you just clock in, you clock out. Your boss has to worry about your paycheck and this and that. I have people, not on the Amazon side of business, but I have people that I employ full time. You have to worry about all of these things. But it's such a beautiful thing. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. What's the chance of chargebacks? I'm assuming you mean returns. It's pretty common. Egyptian, yes, I am Egyptian. Thanks, man. We'll try as a side hustle. Nice, Nav, and thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Commercial and multifamily. I want to learn, where should I start? Y'all, anyone who's asking where should I start to sell on Amazon, go to my TikTok profile. There's a tab right under my profile when you click on it, or just go watch my last video, not including my pinned videos. But there's a tab that says AMZ free course. I have a full, well, it's not full yet because we're doing a new video every day for the next 7 days. So we're only on day 5. But I'm doing a full A to Z course. We've gone over part 1, what Amazon FBA is, what you need to sell on Amazon, how much it costs to sell on Amazon. Part 2, my product research criteria, how to do product research, how to analyze a product. We have where's part 3? Oh, you know what I realized? I skipped No, I didn't. Oh, just kidding. My eyes were deceiving me. We have part 3. Sorry. We have part 3. How to find manufacturers, how to contact them, the manufacturers to look for, how to order samples, and inspections. And then we have part 4, how to add a product, how to get a GS1, how to create a mock listing, what a good product listing looks like, right? How to get a product listing created. And then today we have part 5, going over all the things logistics, how to create a shipment, how to get your product shipped from your manufacturer directly to Amazon's fulfillment centers. When I say it is a full free course, right? And by the way, I just want to throw one more thing out there just as a shameless plug, right? Think about the free value that I'm giving in this free course. If that's what's in the free version, the quick masterclass, the quick, what do they call it? Crash course on TikTok. What do you think's in the AMZ Masterclass mentorship program? Lost, good to see you, brother. Thank you for sharing the live. Will I be able to reopen another seller account since I closed my current one? If you fully close it out and it's like thus done, gone, yes, you can create another account. Nope, you cannot create. Nope, that is not correct. Advice, Nav, you cannot create as many seller accounts as you want on Amazon. It's actually one of the biggest term of service breaches that you could make. Breaches wasn't the right word, but policy violations that you can make on Amazon. If they catch you with 2 seller accounts, they will literally, like, let's say you have an account that's doing $100,000 a month and you create another account and they flag both of those accounts, you will lose both accounts. They will say, cry all you want, sorry, tough loss, but it is what it is. So yes, do not have multiple seller accounts, y'all. There are some exemptions that Amazon makes in scenarios, and there are some alleged ways around this, but it is not like a free game, as many seller accounts as you want. Let's go. Are vending machines a good business? I think location and volume would be a big thing there. I think it can be. I think just like anything, it can be, but I think a lot of the good vending machine locations, people already took those up. I'm not saying it's not possible, but you go spend $8,000 on the vending machine. It's not about just putting it anywhere just to check it off the box. You need a high traffic area so that over time it can start paying itself off / cash flowing you. So I would really just say location, depends there. How do you come up with ideas and how to improve a product based on the market? I have some videos exactly how I stand out, differentiate, add value to the market, user 84, but you're essentially looking at what all the other sellers are doing, taking ideas from each of them. How to sell on Amazon. Yeah, thank you for sharing the live. Put me on FBA gang. Oh, I answered that. I want to start Amazon in UAE. What do you recommend? The UAE, you guys have to understand the fundamentals are the same. Get a product research software, find a product to sell, etc., etc. But the criteria for the UAE is going to be different than the criteria in the US. I personally would sell in the US market. The identification of competitor in a niche is difficult for me. There are a lot on X-ray. Help lots of competitors with low revenue, big revenue. The identification of the competitor. What do you mean the identification of the competitors? So then you would need an FNSKU. Wait, are you asking? I'm confused. I do not do wholesale, my friend. I do private label. What do you like to do with your money for enjoyment? Travel, 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 travel. I was doing looking at my books for last year, and you guys don't. Let's just put it this way. It's like my two biggest expenses by a long shot was traveling. Nothing comes close to that. And then food. I have an issue with ordering food. How long to make profit? You can be profitable right away, but taking distributions from that profit is a whole other story. Usually like 3 to 5 reorders on a successful product in that case. Let's see, we've been on T line for 32 minutes. I kind of want to all right, YouTube. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I'm going to just go live on TikTok for a little bit just because, well, it doesn't matter why. But if you guys like the videos, like the lives, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the YouTube bio. God bless y'all and see you soon.